So hey man, how did you first get into Magic Leap dev?
So I have a friend who works in the lab here at the school. So I just came over and he showed me the first demo of the Magic Leap. Like I'd heard of it before, but then not really known much about it until I came over to the lab and he showed me the first demo that he did, and then I saw a project to create, and I was like, I want to work on this. And since it was doing Unity and I've done like basic Unity before, I was able to just start building stuff right off the bat.
Yeah, I know you already have what you got bowling, you have a few other ones, right, too.
The darts and the brain demo.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I used that. That was really surreal.
hmm
Are what are your plans with this going forward? Are you just playing around for now, or are you?
Um, I'm I'm working on finishing up the sports game, so I'm going to put the bowling and the darts into one application and try and polish that up to be completely finished so that I can try and get that to the Magic Leap App Store. But I have a few things that I have to do before I can do that. Mostly art related and getting everything just ready to be published. But once I get to that point, I'll definitely put it up on the App Store.
Cool. So you're in school, right? Still, you still have some time in high school still,
Yep.
and then are you headed to college, or are you gonna drop out and do the Silicon Valley life?
I'm actually doing a program where I'm taking college classes at FAU. So I'm going to be probably finishing high school and then finishing bachelor's degree at FAU.
I think you're the youngest Leap Nation member. So it's just cool. Like, yeah, you're. I'm trying to think of like when I was. You're 15, right?
Yep.
I'm like, man, what if when I was 15, the dual core Athlon had come out. I was excited about that. And not even, that was like cool. Yeah, they have some pretty cool examples. Have you hacked around with any of the other examples?
I've played with, the abductor sample.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's mostly the one that I've been chopping apart and looking at all the different pieces and seeing how I can bring the stuff from there into my own app, because that's a completely finished, ready to be published app. So I'm trying to just bring all of the finished pieces from there into my own stuff.
cool. Yeah. Well, are you hoping? Are you going to do any? Do you think you're going to do any other XR dev stuff with other platforms, or are you going to do mostly Magic Leap?
I'm probably going to stick to Magic Leap, but I'm excited to see what Microsoft announces next month with the HoloLens 2, probably. So, depending on what we see there, it might shift a little bit, but probably going to stick with Magic Leap.
I was curious last night. I saw a post that Magic Leap's hiring a phone, like a lead of phone mobile AR stuff. So I was like, oh, that could be pretty cool if we can use their SDK to publish content that just goes anywhere, headset or phone.
hmm
Would be pretty nice. Because
Yeah,
otherwise, have you tried targeting out any other platforms like mobile AR stuff with Unity?
not yet.
And just doesn't seem as much fun when you have the headset. It's more fun to have it
Yeah.
in here. Well, what do you think about Magic Leap as a platform, though?
It's definitely a lot of fun. It's pretty simple once you look at if you go to the creator portal and look at all of the tutorials that they have there, those are pretty easy to understand if you've done some pretty basic Unity programming. So I think it'll be a lot easier for people to get into. And I think Magic Leap is different than other AR companies because you see, like with Google Glass and HoloLens, they're primarily focusing on only doing it for business. And so the Magic Leap is focusing more on creators and artists and game developers and things like that. So it'll definitely expand a lot faster in that regards, just because they'll have a lot more people learning and developing for their platform.
Yeah, so you like that focus. You like that they're less about enterprise and more about gaming and kind of creative people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, they seem to have attracted some pretty cool people. Yeah, so you got the sports game coming. Any other like what's your like vision? What's the thing you really want to work on in ML?
I haven't really decided yet. I'm just developing a bunch of different things right now. So I have the sports app, I have the brain app. I'm working on a couple other smaller projects, but I'm just seeing what's possible, and then I'll probably just come up with one idea that I'll be working on for the next few months, few weeks, or few months that I'll be trying to make the best the app that I can create.
Yeah. What are some of the things that really get your brain going crazy when you think about what you can do with this platform?
Well, it's you can do pretty much anything, but the interacting with the environment, interacting with other people and the environment at the same time is going to be one of the biggest things that I'm going to be interested in, so that everybody can be interacting with the same digital and physical content in their own space. So it'll be really interesting to see how Magic Leap works, either um, local or remote, to people working in different spaces.
Have you done any web dev on this platform? You're actually standing in a Helio website right now, your avatar. I'm curious if you've done any, or
Uh,
maybe
I
I can
haven't
share it with you.
looked at I haven't really looked at Helio yet. I know someone else in the lab has been into that and looking at all the Helio WebXR demos, but not really. I've just been working on Unity.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it's actually pretty. I'm trying to like cast something to you. Let me see if I can. I've never tried this feature. Oh, here we go. It did something. Is that working?
It's loading now.
Oh, okay. Here, this is like it's a Helio website I made. Uh, let's see if this works because I've never tried this before.
Oh, oh, there it is. Okay. All right, I can see it now. Um, oh, you're like stuck in the wall. But that looks cool.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah.
It's real easy to do, is what I think I like it. I'm gonna do some more because you can expand the PNGs outside of the size of the web
Mm-hmm.
thing. Because I don't have a lot of 3D models yet, because I actually wasn't a 3D designer until like now, pretty much. um, and so I have a lot of 2D assets. So I've been like, I'm pleased that they have this way of like putting them out into this space. And I want to try and
Mm-hmm.
make my next project. I'm going to try is like an underwater scene with like little bioluminescent sprites everywhere, but just make it out of a couple PNG layers, so it's easy. And then you kind of walk through it. It's kind of fun. They have some interactive parts of the prismatic web stuff too, but I don't know. Do you have any like anything you want to tell the people and to tell the world?
Well, it's not really easy to like figure out like how it works until you actually experience the Magic Leap. Like you can explain it to someone all you want, but you really don't get a sense for how it feels until you actually do it. So, um, if you can just find someone with the Magic Leap, see if you can ask them to experience it, and then you can better understand how to create content that interacts with the world and also fits within the Magic Leap. Um, because obviously there's a design, kind of how it's done on the Magic Leap. So you have to make it fit to seem like it's good Magic Leap content without just not doing anything. So experiencing it is one of the first things that you should do. But yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's seems true because it's hard. I know, I'll share this video out with people, but when it's 2D, it's hard to get. But when you're moving around the room, it's a whole other thing. You're really here. It feels like, um,
Hmm.
and so it's even more funny when you go clip through a backpack or something that's in the room. And I wonder if where I am, but any thoughts about porting stuff over? Because you said you had some Unity projects, but what was the process like from going from like non-Magic Leap Unity to Magic Leap targeted Unity?
Well, because I didn't really work on Unity that much, but it was mostly doing 3D kind of games. I was just getting into Unity, but you have to think about it where you can't really build the entire environment. You don't build entire scene and then just have the player confined to that one scene because they're going to be basically anywhere. So you have to design your content to be um, adaptive to wherever the user is. So you have to keep that in mind whenever working on anything in Unity and then bringing it over onto the Magic Leap.
Cool. Well, man, is there anything you're looking forward to next from Magic Leap or anybody else? Anything else you want to?
Well, I can't wait to see, first of all, who the grant, the Indie Dev Grant winners. I can't wait to see who those are and see what kind of apps they're going to be making because a ton of people, a ton of different developers applied for those. So we can see a bunch of new content to be coming out within the next few months. So I can't wait to see how that turns out.
Cool. Yeah, man. I know it's gonna be an exciting time. You're in super early too. I like dig it. You know, you're gonna be just a staple in the community because you're while all the other people are worried about does this work or not, you're just making stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool. I really like your attitude of just try stuff out, make things, you know, and definitely experience the headset if you can. Um, and you know, hopefully Magic Leap 2, I guess they'll call it Magic Leap, whatever. You know, because it will be pretty
Yeah.
exciting to see HoloLens, but I got a feeling that Magic Leap also has some fun stuff up their sleeve. So it looks like 2020, especially, is going to be a really exciting time. So I think you're really smart to, you know, get in and do this even before. I think, are you borrowing this headset or are you going to get your own?
It's school property, so I just use it when I'm here,
Yeah.
and then hopefully soon enough I'll be able to get my own and start developing more often.
Yeah, cool. Well, that's a cool school too that you guys got. Who spearheaded that to get a Magic Leap for the school?
It's part of the FAU MPCR lab.
Cool. Wow, that's a cool lab. My school didn't even have
Mhm.
little balls for the mice that used balls that didn't use lasers. So you know, things times change, I guess.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna let you go, man, because I know you're probably gonna go do other stuff. You're a busy student. And I'll look forward to seeing your app. Are you gonna try and launch that sports app on the store on Magic
Yep,
Leap
I'm gonna
World?
try and get it all finished. That's what I was working on this morning, is just polishing up little bits of it and doing some bug fixes, but hopefully that'll be coming out soon.
Cool. Well, I'll download it and play some Magic Leap Sports. That's gonna be fun.
All
Maybe you'll
right.
be like the Wii Sports for Magic Leap. All right, Trev. Well, it's been great talking to you. Maybe we'll do it again sometime. But keep making stuff, man. I'm excited to see what you do and what you get up to. And yeah, see you in the
All right.
Magic verse, man.
See ya.
Bye.